Both experts I talk with suggest people follow the owner's manual for all repairs, especially while the vehicle is still under warranty.
We have all been in for a routine oil change, but it typically doesn't destroy the engine.
The automotive industry just pulled off the biggest maintenance scam in history, and your owner's manual is the smoking gun, while manufacturers promote extended service intervals to boost profits and lower ownership perception costs.
And you know why this happened? Because he relied on this little book right here inside his glove compartment. It's called the owner's manual.
Independent mechanics are documenting catastrophic engine failures at unprecedented rates. According to veteran technician Dave Bell, engines are sludging up with under 100,000 miles on the clock specifically because owners pushed their oil changes too far.
I do not see the benefit of waiting 10, even 7,500 miles to change your oil.
These aren't isolated incidents. This is systematic engineering designed to benefit manufacturers while devastating long-term ownership costs. Service advisors who have written thousands of repair estimates are now speaking out about the 10,000-mile oil change disaster. In this video, you're about to see the documented evidence that manufacturer maintenance schedules are destroying engines, the real-world data on CVT fluid lies, and the exact spark plug failures that are bankrupting owners. This isn't just about following schedules anymore. This is about protecting your engine from the manufacturers who built it. Here's the brutal truth about maintenance intervals that no manufacturer wants you to discover. 10,000-mile oil changes, the turbo engine killer. The 10,000-mile oil change represents one of the most financially devastating lies in modern automotive maintenance. Former service advisors are documenting that skipping an oil service now can mean thousands in repairs later, with turbocharged engines particularly vulnerable. The engineering reality is stark. Turbos spin at over 100,000 RPM and depend on fresh oil to stay alive. Yet manufacturers continue promoting extended intervals that ignore real-world driving conditions. Daily driving includes short trips, stop-and-go traffic, idling, and temperature swings that stress oil faster than ideal test environments these intervals are based on.
Actually gets kind of dirty because it's carrying contaminants, and that's why we have to change oil.
Volkswagen owners on enthusiast forums are cutting factory recommended oil change intervals in half, specifically because of turbocharged engines using thinner oil. Ford EcoBoost owners report optimal results, changing oil every 5,000 to 7,500 miles instead of the recommended 10,000, with Blackstone lab reports showing plenty of total base number left in the oil when following shorter intervals. The financial consequences are devastating. Replacement costs for modern engines can total a car if you go too long, with turbocharged engines being more expensive to replace.
I'm not going to risk my investment, meaning I do not want to be putting an engine in my vehicle at the 4-year mark when I'm still making a car payment on it. That's very expensive.
What manufacturers don't tell you is that Subaru calls for 6,000-mile oil change intervals for turbocharged engines, not the 10,000 promoted in general marketing. CVT fluid, the lifetime lie that kills transmissions. The continuously variable transmission fluid scam represents perhaps the most expensive maintenance lie ever perpetrated on consumers. Most owners' manuals do not specify a CVT transmission flush interval, stating that the continuously variable transmission fluid will last the lifetime of the vehicle.
Don't listen to the idiots at the dealership that say, oh, it's a lifetime fluid, you never need to change it. That's bunk.
This lifetime claim is mathematical impossibility. Failure at 80,000 miles on older Nissan CVT units is not uncommon, while Nissan recommends CVT fluid changes at wider intervals compared to traditional automatics, often around 60,000 to 100,000 miles. But waiting this long can be problematic. Honda technicians recommend CVT fluid changes every 25,000 to 40,000 miles for longevity, directly contradicting manufacturer lifetime claims. Subaru owners who changed CVT fluid at 35,000 miles report the fluid was dirty and were glad they performed the service. The replacement costs are staggering. Complete CVT replacement costs between $3,500 to $8,000, depending on the model. Even remanufactured CVTs cost $3,000 to $6,000, with warranties ranging from 12 to 36 months. Subaru has extended CVT transmission warranties to 100,000 miles specifically because they're failing at rapid rates, yet continues promoting lifetime fluid claims that directly contradict their own warranty extensions.
That's why you want to change it every 35, 40,000 miles to keep it clean so it doesn't leak anything out, so you don't have to deal with any of that crap.
Spark plug intervals, the carbon buildup catastrophe. Modern spark plug intervals represent a third maintenance disaster hiding in plain sight. While naturally aspirated engines suggest spark plug changes around 100,000 miles, turbocharged direct injection engines require much shorter intervals. Audi's supercharged 3.0 V6 direct injection recommends 60,000 mile spark plug replacement intervals, while their new turbo 3.0 V6 direct injection drops to 40,000 miles. Volkswagen's direct injection turbo engines specify 40,000 mile intervals. The carbon buildup consequences are severe. When early direct injection engines hit the 3-year or 30,000 mile mark, some develop drivability problems due to carbon buildup on intake valve necks. Worn spark plugs create hot spots and suboptimal flame fronts that increase unburned fuel in the combustion chamber, which sticks to intake valves. Toyota's Highlander direct injection engine recommends 60,000 mile spark plug intervals instead of 100,000 miles specifically because of carbon deposit concerns. Volvo owners report carbon buildup of up to 2.5 millimeters on valve backs and stems by 100,000 kilometers. Spark plug replacement can reduce the amount of unburned fuel in the combustion chamber that can stick to valves, yet manufacturers continue promoting intervals that ignore direct injection realities. Real-world maintenance, what actually works? The evidence from independent sources reveals dramatically different maintenance requirements than manufacturer claims. For most drivers, synthetic oil should be changed every 5,000 to 7,500 miles, while conventional oil requires 3,000 mile intervals.
To retain our warranty, which is one of the best in the industry, I require a 3,000 mile oil change.
CVT transmissions require proactive maintenance despite lifetime claims. Service technicians recommend CVT fluid changes every 30,000 to 50,000 miles to ensure reliability. Using genuine manufacturer CVT fluid is critical, as generic alternatives may not maintain proper belt tension or lubrication. Direct injection engines need comprehensive carbon prevention. Periodic intake valve cleanings are included as recommended maintenance items in direct injection engines where carbon buildup can be extreme. Ford recommends periodic use of Ford-approved fuel system cleaners specifically for direct injection carbon prevention. The maintenance industry profits from these extended intervals by creating predictable failure patterns. Lifetime fluid claims are nonsense, with mechanics questioning whose lifetime manufacturers are referencing when transmissions die at 145,000 miles. Your financial protection requires ignoring manufacturer intervals and following independent mechanic recommendations. The cost of preventive maintenance is minimal compared to catastrophic failure replacement costs. Think of maintenance like brushing your teeth. You wouldn't skip a week because your toothpaste is high-tech. Have you experienced engine or transmission failure following manufacturer maintenance schedules? Share your specific model, year, and mileage in the comments below. These manufacturers are counting on you following their profit-driven schedules instead of protecting your investment. Don't let them win.